Hey guys, welcome to today's check-in. I apologize in advance for the construction that is happening outside my window if you can hear it. Unfortunately, there's nothing I can do about it. But today we are learning about our scapular C.A.R.s and our shoulder C.A.R.s. Now you might be wondering, what is the difference between our scapula and our shoulder C.A.R.s? Because they're very close together. Our scapula is another name for our shoulder blade. And our shoulder C.A.R.s, what it's actually working is a joint called the glenohumeral joint, which is responsible for your rotator cuff and your arm being able to move in this whole manner, right? All of this range. Your shoulder blades, when it moves, it looks like this, right? So yes, it might play a role in supporting the GH joint, but the scapula is actually a joint all on its own that we have to take care of. Right? We want to make sure that the platform is supporting the function for the next joint over. Yeah? So with our scapular C.A.R.s, what we're going to do first is do a couple reps as usual. And all I want you to do is lift your shoulders up as high as you can towards your ears and then reach them down away from your ears as far as you can. Now, every single time your shoulders move up towards your ears, this is scapular elevation. When they move away from your ears, it's called scapular depression. We turn to the side, and you're looking at the top of the shoulder here. If I bring the top of my shoulder in front of my chest, in front of my spine, what's happening is scapular protraction. Protraction. If my arms are here, protraction, right? If they move backwards, then that is scapular retraction. So forward, protraction, backwards, retraction, right? And all together, the scapular C.A.R.s look like this. So it's a big circle, trying to draw that big circle with the top of your shoulder, that bony part of your shoulder, right? And reverse. So that's all it looks like. And the way I want you to practice these C.A.R.s is going to be with a very specific arm position, which is this, right? You can be standing, you can be seated, you can whatever your lower body wants to do, it can do. But we're going to focus on the upper body, right? You're going to take your knuckles, make a fist, and just kind of dig them into the top of your hip, as if you're like, I don't like that or something, right? So you want to keep your arms in this position. I want you to think of taking your knuckles and kind of pushing them into your body. So you're squeezing here. Right? This is going to lock out your arms so that you don't have to worry about what the heck they're doing as you're moving your shoulder blades. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see a little bit more of what's going on. I'm going to focus on the top of my shoulder just like before, and I'm going to start making a big circle. As big of a circle as I possibly can without really moving the positioning of my arms and without losing the push of my knuckles into my body. So I'm going to explore that. Do 3 in one direction. Really try to reach up as high as you can. Reach forward, reach down, reach back. Reach up, reach forward, reach down, reach back. One more time. Reach up, reach forward, reach down, reach back, and stay up here. We're going to reverse the circle 3 times. Reach up, reach back, reach down, reach forward, reach up, reach back, reach down, reach forward, and up one last time, back, down, and forward, and finish it up. Nice. So you can shake that out. Now we've moved our shoulder blades. We know what that feels like. We're now going to move our GH joint, which is our shoulder joint, right? So classically, if I were to move a little bit further back, it looks like this, really fast. So these are arm circles, right? So if you do this with me, this is internal rotation, this is external rotation. When I stick my arms straight, it's a little bit harder to see, but the inside of my elbow, if it's facing up towards the ceiling and really trying to turn up towards the ceiling, that is your external rotation. If it's trying to turn down towards the floor, that's going to turn your arm bone to internally rotate, right? So up is external rotation, down is internal rotation. Now, we're going to go over a couple of the ranges of motion before we go into the actual C.A.R.s itself, right? So if I'm reaching forward as high as I can, in this angle, in this range, this is my shoulder flexion, right? If I reach backwards as far as I can, reaching back as far as I can this way, this is my shoulder extension. Now, if my shoulder crosses the midline, which means it's coming across my body, crossing my midline, this is adduction or adduction, right? When it moves away from my midline, this is abduction or abduction. And this can also be abduction because this is still my arm moving away from my midline, and this can also be adduction because it's still moving towards my midline. So it gets a little complicated with the shoulder, but those are our ranges of motion, right? So we're gonna go through our shoulder C.A.R.s, and I'm gonna start off facing you because this beginning part is really important. Now I'm gonna start with my thumb facing forward, and then I'm going to try to rotate my thumb to face away from my body. This is external rotation. We're gonna stay in this rotation as we cross over the body, bring it forward as far as you can. And we're really reaching across as much as you can here. It's just like the hip C.A.R.s. And I'm trying to keep that external rotation. My thumb is still facing in that direction. I'm gonna lift as high as I possibly can. You're gonna feel stuck in some of these places, and that's very normal, right? I'm gonna try to reach up as high as I can. Once I can't go anymore, what I want you to do is internally rotate. So the thumb is gonna face forward, right? Forward, towards the floor. This is internally rotating. You wanna make sure the elbow pit is also trying to face forward, right? Otherwise it's just your elbow rotation and not your shoulder rotation. From here, if I turn to the side, I'm gonna keep reaching up as high as I can. I'm gonna continue internally rotating. My thumb is still facing down this whole time, right? And I'm bringing my arm behind my body, reaching back as far as I can. Eventually, once I get into this range, I wanna try to face my thumb in towards the wall over here. So in towards my spine, knuckles are gonna face down towards the floor, and then I'm gonna bring it forward. And that's one C.A.R., right? So we're gonna try two more just like that in this side and then on the other side as well. Ready? I'm gonna turn this way so you can see more of what's going on. We're gonna turn out, externally rotate, reach across the body, start bringing the arm up. Reach, reach, reach. Still reaching away from your body, reaching up. Once you get stuck, turn down, internally rotate. Keep internally rotating as you lift up a little higher because it creates some space in that shoulder joint. Be careful of your rib cage going like this here. Make sure you keep it nice and aligned with the body. Keep bringing the arm back. Thumb is still facing down towards the floor to keep rotating the shoulder. As you reach back, once you get to this point, knuckles face down towards the floor. Bring it forward one more time. Externally rotate. Bring it across. Reach, 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 reach. Be careful of the ribs here. Reach. Once you get stuck, internally rotate as far as you can. Thumb facing down, you're going to start bringing the arm back behind you, reaching as far as you can, still thumb facing down. At this point, once you hit about parallel to the floor with the arm, you're going to turn so that the knuckles face down towards the floor. And now we're going to stay in this position, we're going to reverse it. Keep the knuckles facing down towards the floor. Try to lift the elbow up towards the ceiling as high as you can. Once you get stuck, take the thumb, face it out to the side away from your body. This is externally rotating. Once we externally rotate, you can even face the thumb up towards the ceiling as you reach the arm up, creating again the space for our arm to reach in this particular direction. You're gonna get here, and you're again going to take the thumb, face it away from your body to externally rotate, bring it across your body at the same time. And we got two more just like this. So again, we're externally rotated here. What we want to do is internally rotate. So the thumb is going to face in towards our body, right? As if you were going to jab yourself with your thumb. From here, you're going to reach back as far as you can first. Lift the elbow up. Don't think of the wrist because that's going to be too long of a leverage. Think of bringing the elbow the tip of the elbow up towards the ceiling as far as you can. Once you get stuck, thumb is going to face out to the side away from your body, bring it up towards the ceiling, and then continue on. We're going to reach the arm up as high as we can. As we reach this point, we're still taking the thumb, trying to turn it out away from our body. Keep the ribs in here. From here, bring it across the body. Thumb is still out to the side. And then we reach this point again. We have one more just like this. Turn the thumb in towards our body. Reach back, knuckles are down. Once you get stuck, knuckles face up towards the ceiling, thumb to the side, and then thumb goes up as well to externally rotate the arm. We're going to keep reaching up with the arm as we bring it up. The thumb is still kind of facing up towards the ceiling. And once we get to this point, we're going to try to rotate the thumb over to the side as much as we can. Again, cross the body, really reach over, and then bring it in front, back here. Now we've done 3 in each direction. We have one more side to do. So from here, let's see if we can get all of this done. So, same thing. We're going to again start with our arm right by our side. We're going to make a fist. Thumb can be pointing out because it makes it easy to kind of cue that, right? We're going to take the thumb, face it away from our bodies. From here, we're going to start reaching forward. As we reach forward, at the level of our hips, we're going to try to cross the body as much as we can without twisting the spine. Chest is still facing forward. Reach. Externally rotate. Thumb is still facing off to the side here. We're turning, we're lifting. Find that shoulder flexion. At some point, you're going to get very stuck. At that point, you want to take the thumb and turn it down towards the floor. Elbow pit down towards the floor. From here, you should have enough space to continue on in your circle. Now, the thumb is still facing down as you bring the arm back behind your body. Thumb still down. At this point where we hit about parallel to the floor, you want to turn the knuckles down towards the floor to completely internally rotate, and then bring it forward. From here, 2 more. Externally rotate, thumb out. Cross the body, reach over and up. Once you get stuck somewhere around here, thumb is going to turn in towards the floor in front of you, elbow pit as well. Keep bringing the arm back as far as you can. Thumb is still turning down to internally rotate continuously. Once you reach about this point, knuckles down to fully internally rotate, bring it forward. Thumb out to the side, externally rotate as you pass through. Bring the arm across, lift the arm. Keep rotating out to the side, externally rotate, find that shoulder flexion. When you get stuck, thumb down towards the floor, elbow pit down towards the floor. Bring the arm back as the thumb follows and tries to keep pointing towards the floor. Knuckles internally rotate, turn towards the floor. And from here, bring it back down. Same thing, thumb is in towards your thigh as if you're gonna jab your thigh with your thumb. And then from here, we're going to start bringing the arm back. Knuckles are still down towards the floor. Once you get stuck here, you can't lift the elbow up towards the ceiling anymore. The thumb is gonna face out, away from our bodies. And from here, we're going to keep turning so that the thumb faces up towards the ceiling. And now we've externally rotated. We have enough space to start lifting up as high as we can. Try not to twist in the chest here. Lift it up. We're still trying to bring the thumb out and back, right? So up towards the ceiling, back of the room or whatever's behind you. Once we get to this point, we're gonna turn the thumb out to the side as much as we can as we cross the arm in front of our bodies. And then bring it across. Once we get back here, turn in. Thumb in towards your thigh. We're going to start bringing the arm back. Knuckles are still down towards the floor. Once you get stuck here, you can't lift the elbow up towards the ceiling anymore. The thumb is going to face out, away from our bodies. And from here, we're going to keep turning so that the thumb faces up towards the ceiling. And now we've externally rotated. We have enough space to start lifting up as high as we can. Try not to twist in the chest here. lift it up. We're still trying to bring the thumb out and back, right? So up towards the ceiling, back of the room or whatever's behind you. Once we get to this point, we're gonna turn the thumb out to the side as much as we can as we cross the arm in front of our bodies. And then bring it across. Once we get back here, turn in. Thumb in towards your thigh. Start bringing the arm back as far as you can. Once you get stuck here, you're going to take the thumb, turn it out to the side, up towards the ceiling. Bring the arm up, let it track up overhead as you continue to externally rotate here. Once you get to the very top, turn the thumb all the way out to the side, and then bring the arm across the body and back down. So those are our scapular and our shoulder C.A.R.s. Hopefully the construction didn't bother you too much. Again, I apologize about that, out of my control. If you have any questions, as usual, drop them down below. Otherwise, your homework is again to practice 3 in each direction of each pattern on each side by sometime tomorrow, by your next check-in, right? So practice that again on your own, just so you can explore it at your own pace without me trying to press you on with every single range of motion, okay? So I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a good one.